Yeah, it's me back. I told you I was gonna come back, and I'm gonna jump right into it. Hey, check this out, man. For real. I'm gonna just keep it plain. And I ain't no coon, okay? So watch your mouth, alright? But I'm gonna just tell you the truth. Black people, y'all need to be ashamed of yourself. For real. You run around here, and I'm no saint because back in my days I was stupid too. But when you look at the status quo and what's going on right now, we got to be some of the most idiotic people on this earth. For real. I mean, the police is killing our kids, right? That's the gripe. That's what everybody's crying about. That's why Al Sharpton and Lil Perm ass is running around here and peacefully marching. That's what Black Lives Matter, right? Okay, well listen. Let me explain something to you. The biggest threat to a black man is a black man. For real. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I did 20 years in prison. I was one of the most treacherous gangbangers, and I said it with my introduction that you would ever want to meet. And trust me, when I was doing what I was doing, I lived, breathed, and shitted hatred toward black people. For real. My only intentions was to wipe whatever didn't wear the same color that I wore off the face of the map. I was just that ignorant, and I stalked weak people. Like the bums, the baseheads. I smashed them. I robbed, you know what I'm saying, people that just came to buy their drugs, wouldn't bother nobody. I robbed my own brother. I sought out to kill my own brother. But, me going through what I'm going through, I've been through, and through mental maturity, I sat back and I wonder because I didn't been through all the different religions where brothers was brotherly, brother, and all that. Assalamu alaikum, brother, and all that. I've been through all that. But you know what? I just found something because I slipped and I landed on common sense. And you know what's wrong with us, man? Self-acceptance. We refuse to do introspection, which is looking within. Because I'm going to tell you something. The only problem that we have, number one, is the acceptance of one another. And it's sad that when we see somebody excel and we don't, the first thing we do is we label them something, either a coon, a homosexual, whatever, instead of us looking at them as having a blueprint to something that we should take heed to and following their examples. We would rather tear them down. Or when you feel a certain way, for instance, if you say, well, we go boycott Gucci or Wooty Woo, and such don't, well, he's a coon. Well, you know what? He thinks how he want to think. Maybe he is a coon. Maybe he isn't a coon. But that's not for us to determine. What you should fully focus on is what's in front of you. What about your condition? What about your family? Why are you stuck in a state of despair? Why are you still depressed? What are you going to do to get yourself up out your situation? You see, one thing that we have to become in tune with, understand, and even learn how to spell is perseverance. Our people didn't come up out of chattel slavery for us to solely live off the government, sit back, frown up, and blame all our flaws on everybody else other than taking responsibility and getting up off our sorry ass and raising our kids and quitting letting the police do it. Y'all ought to be ashamed of y'allself. Y'all got all these cats coming up on here talking about they the key to this and this is why this is happening. And I'm going to tell you why it's happening. It's happening because we allowing it to happen. For real. Our people came out of chattel slavery and you people can't come up out the projects. There's something wrong with that. For real. And then when the ones do make it up off the projects, they all about this and they all a bunch of bad names. And then y'all trying to rob them and take what they had. And don't lie, because I was one of the ones they tried to too. What we need to do is come up with a new curriculum. And the new curriculum is we need to look at our culture and realize that our culture is detrimental. That culture that we have and that we glorify is detrimental to us. It doesn't benefit us to glorify calling a woman a bitch, to look at yourself and your fellow man as a nigga, to seek out to destroy and kill your man because of a block you don't own. to infest your community with drugs instead of taking your behind to school like everybody else and learning and becoming a productive member of society. That's the way we make changes, man. We don't make changes by sitting back and complaining, and then when the police kill somebody or quicker on the trigger, we tear up our own stuff. Where's the spirituality in that march? It ain't no spirituality in that march, because God ain't go stand behind something he knows it's a bunch of hypocrisy. How you mad at the police today and mad at Tyrone tomorrow? That don't make no damn shit. Y'all gotta be ashamed of yourself. And the women, you know what? You got to start learning loving yourself and understanding that trying to bleach your skin, straighten your hair, talk a certain way and act a certain way that's not of you, it's not gonna help you. Don't you ever change your spirituality and the essence of what God intended for you to be just to appease somebody else. What matters is you love yourself, and the day you stop loving yourself more than you hate your enemies is the day that you give them all your power and you really render yourself irrelevant. You need to understand that to love yourself more than your enemy is to stay in sole, total control. There are going to always be people against you. There's going to always be people that's not going to agree with what you say. But at the same time, what lacks in our community is ideas. And long as we study bringing forth ideas, even if we don't agree with them, the fact that they're coming means that they're help for us. We don't have no ideas. We let people like 50 Cent, Malaysian monkey, mumble mouth ass sit here and dictate, get the strap. No, get the toothbrush and toothbrush. Get that. We let people like that. Lil Wayne, I hope the man is alright, but I mean, look at what he done. The damage is done. Your brothers is leaning. That stuff is killing y'all, man. You need to fall back in love with yourself, and we as a people need to stop blaming everybody for our faults. Sure, people do bad things to us. Sure, there's crooked cops, but let me explain something to you. There's more evil black people out there killing way more than what these polices are, and y'all know it and I know it, man. You look at Chicago and y'all marching because police killed Mike Brown in Ferguson. Y'all march semi because they killed Tamir Rice. But why the hell y'all not marching for the purge that's going on in Chicago, man? That's why there's no spirituality in your movement, man. We allowing that to go on, but you expect the white people to stop it when it's our problem? Are you serious? Man, I'm going to be bringing you actual factuals, man. This is just part one of what I'm saying. But, man, we got to come into some common sense. And we got to come up with a dialogue, man. And we got to talk about our own Holocaust, the self-inflicted one, man, that we just sit right here and let fester. Shame on us, man.